What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Clutch Cinema Talk. We're doing another Godzilla movie. We're doing Son of Godzilla. This is 1967. John Fukuda, he's come back. They're gonna be spoilers throughout this entire movie, but y'all had decades to watch this movie. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We are still gonna be doing all the Godzilla movies, guys. I'm sorry, but we're still gonna be doing them. We're gonna get through them all. We got a lot of work to do. Let's get into this. Son of Godzilla. What's this movie about? Let's go through a quick rundown. There's scientists on an island, and they're experimenting. They're like, yo, maybe we could control the weather. That'd be great for the Earth. So they're doing experiments on the island, and there's like a nosy reporter that pulls up on the island, and then there's reports of seeing like a missing woman. Well, anyway, they do an experiment and with a balloon or something like that, and it blows up before it was supposed to. A radioactive storm covers the entire island. It turns whatever already giant praying mantises into kaiju-sized praying mantises. They're kind of terrorizing. And then they see an egg, and they're like trying to scramble this, and they start cracking the egg, and then out from the egg comes your boy Minya. And for the rest of the movie, that little Minya guy, Godzilla like adopts him with like an illegal adoption because they didn't do any paperwork or anything like that. That's his son now, and Godzilla's like it's like a dad movie. He's literally bonding with his son, trying to get him to atomic breath and everything like that. It's one of those not favorited Godzilla movies. This one is always thrown under the bus. I think there's two reasons for that, or maybe there's one reason for that, because a lot of people don't like Minya, and we'll talk about them in like 10 seconds. I'll be honest, this movie is not as terrible as people say it is. I don't remember what I rated this, but it was not terrible. One thing I do want to say for Son of Godzilla is that I praise that so far most of the Godzilla plots have been different, and they've been trying to get crazy with like, this is cool, like there's a weather experiment going on, and it wasn't a nuclear bomb testing or anything like that. This was the radiation from the experiments going on, and I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. And the reason why they're doing like the weather experiments is I think it's for solving world hunger or something like that, because they'll be able to it's for a good cause, and I think that's a very interesting thing. Let's rip that bandit off. Minya, that boy is ugly. That boy is ugly. Godzilla, you a better man than I am, because wow, that like the faces on the screen right now, right? Minya is they it looks like they try to cross like a human baby and like a monster baby. That is just not even a good thing in theory, because no. It's interesting because the interactions with him and Godzilla, some of it is cute. I'm not gonna lie, some of it is cute. Him jumping over his tail, or Godzilla teaching him how to do the atomic breath. That stuff is cute, but it's an ugly baby. I'm sorry. It's just an ugly baby. I'm sorry. It's just an ugly baby. Sue me, okay? Now, Godzilla, you don't look too good either, bro. This is probably the definitive worst suit in the entire Godzilla franchise. I don't know what they were thinking with this Godzilla. Oh my god. Everything looks bad. I think everything looks bad. The eyes, the mouth, the dorsal plates, they're like awkward. They're jagged, but they're like they're curving all over the place. I don't like it. It just looks just not fun. Just not fun. The new villain kaiju, we got two. We got Kamacuras, the praying mantis, and there's a bunch of them. So they travel like in a pack or something like that. There's like they're different colors, red and green. And you got Kumonga, the giant spider. Now, I never really liked these kaiju because they're already real life things. Even like Ebirah in the last movie, they're real life ant lobsters, praying mantis, a big spider, and they're just giant size, you know? But what I will say is that the puppeteering for both of these were amazing, especially Kumonga when he's climbing out of the little valley ditch thing. Absolutely fantastic. Very, very lifelike. The scale, you can see the scale, you can feel the scale, and I think it's a little bit harder to feel the scale when there's no like real life references like a building or something like that. This is on an island, so all you see is like a mountain and a rocks, but really great practical effects. But I'm really like favoriting Kumonga a little bit more because this boy comes out at the end, and he's a menace. He's spraying anything that moves. He's just put him in their web. I guess he's trying to eat everything. I mean, if you like, you're chilling underneath the ground, I'm sure you're gonna be hungry. So you're just gonna try and get your legs on anything you can eat. So he was spraying everything and anything. The fights between Godzilla, Kamacuras, all of them, they're okay. They were pretty okay. Another thing I noticed in this show series, Godzilla. Showa Godzilla has some fascination and obsession with using rocks in his combat. He is throwing rocks any second. Every time he'll walk up to an enemy, he'll see a rock, pick it up, toma, just throws it at them. Maybe it's from when like King Kong started chucking rocks at him, and he's like, hey, maybe that's kind of like that. Maybe that works. Godzilla just be chucking rocks crazy. Highlights for this, there's a really a fun moment when the island starts getting colder because the characters in the story, they plan to freeze over the island. They go to freeze the island, and one of them is talking, and mid-sentence he sneezes and then continues talking. And I don't know if that was improv or that was scripted or anything like, but that was really good. I really appreciate that little moment. Another highlight, there's a great line at the end of the movie when they escape the island and they're rowing in the rowboat and the submarine pulls up out of the water, and then they go,
"Hey, it's the ship!" Why didn't they tell us they were sending a submarine so it wouldn't scare us like that? Hey!
That's good. That's a really fun line. That's a really nice way to tie up the ending. But speaking about the ending, I think it's a really great ending. I think the visual of like Minya falling in the snow and Godzilla like kind of leaving but then coming back to get him and then holding him in the snow, I think that's a very, very great ending. I think that's a really, really good ending. Very emotional, and it's very relatable. And I think that's one thing that this movie does well, like in relating this father-son bond. But I do think they undercut that moment by having a throwaway line about, oh yeah, Godzilla and Minya, they'll be fine, they'll survive this. I think they should have left it up to like an ambiguous ending. And it's more of like a tragic ending, like this father's son, like they're out of control, and they're having to pay for the mistakes of the humans. Like that would have been like a very interesting ending. No, they had that throwaway line, and you know it's fine. It's whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. Son of Godzilla. Here's my Letterboxd review for it right here. This is what I had to say. I don't remember what I said. You read that, and now here is the list of all the Godzilla movies up until Son of Godzilla and where it ranks. I think it's kind of toward the bottom, but like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's not like terrible, like one of the worst. Like we'll get to, I think, what is the worst in a few. Y'all know which one it is, but you let me know if you like Son of Godzilla. Was this one of your favorites when you watched it? Do you like Minya's design? Do you like Godzilla's design? It's derpy, you know. It's something else. But we're gonna be doing Destroy All Monsters next. Now that's a melee brawl. Everything, is going down in that movie. That movie's fire. We're going to get to that next. So until then, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on post notifications, and I hope to see you in the next video. Be safe, y'all. Deuces. I don't know how Godzilla even laid that egg, but if that even is Godzilla's egg, because if it wasn't, like, how did they, like, Godzilla, like you paying the child support, like, you know what you're doing? Like, I know it's hard to get thrown into this father. Like, I'm out of here, y'all. Deuces.